Personal interest is not what's on the minds of the international leaders who sit at the top. These people, contrary to a lot of the people that they rule in their international nations, are very religious people. They are very religious people. Many people across the world count themselves as non-religious. They either say that they're non-religious, meaning that they don't follow any religion, or they say that they're atheist, meaning that they don't even acknowledge the existence of God or gods at all. And there are others who say that they're abstinent, they're non-practicing, meaning that, oh, I used to be a Catholic, oh, I used to be a Mormon, oh, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, I used to be a Muslim, I used to be this and that. But then due to the circumstances of life, I've moved away from the base understanding of thinking that there is a God over me and myself. I'm just not interested. I'm in a different phase of life. And so I'm not practicing. So there's different stages. But for the most part, the people in this world live as if there is no God. They live as if they are lost to themselves. And I've always said that this is a very dangerous posture for the ordinary people of this world to have, because the people who are over us, the people who are ruling us, are intensely religious. These people follow the satanic religion. These people do believe in a higher power. They are loyal to something that they see as their God, contrary to most people who buck up, meaning that they push against and they're upset by the idea of a so-called spiritual deity commanding them and telling them, read my book, obey my commandments. Most people think that they've actually ascended into the wisest version of themselves when they walk out of faith. Specifically, I'm speaking of the Christian faith, because this is the only faith that contains the one and true and living God. Most people think that they have hit the apex of their so-called evolution once they outgrow the constraints and the restrictive rules and control of Christianity and listening to God, which is odd. Because the people that rule this world, the people that continually ascend into power, the people who consistently end up at the top in whatever nation you want to think of, are intensely loyal to the God that they serve. They are intensely loyal to the Baphomet. They are intensely loyal to the circles of secret societies and brotherhoods and covens that have sprung up around the ultimate worship of Satan. So what a mismatched arena it is. What an unfair fight it is when people of this world foolishly walk away from the covering of the Lord Jesus Christ, and they're out there living in the wind under the rulership and control of people who never miss a gathering. They never miss a black mass. They never miss a human sacrifice secret underground party. They never miss an orgy. These people participate in huge mass orgies in which every single person in the room is required to sleep with at least 10 or more people. And the reason that they do such evil and debauched activity is because they have the understanding that God's righteous laws and God's righteous release of spiritual power is not the only kind of power that exists. They fully know that just as there is God and good angels and righteousness, there is also a counter. I won't call it a counterfoil, because God and Satan are not equally matched. This is a confusion that's in many people's brains. They talk about God and Satan as if God and Satan are matched. That's like talking about me and a piece of pottery I made and comparing us and saying that we're equally matched. God is the creator of Satan. Satan can never be in the same weight class as his creator. He's far, 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 far lower. For if he were not lower, he would have been able to keep himself in heaven when the rebellion was mounted. He would have won. He would have been able to at least give God a scratch. But he was cast out. The devil and his angels were cast out to the lower heavens, and there they've been ever since, bitter as gall. So God and Satan are not the same, but Satan is an opposite to everything that God represents. He's vile, he's bitter, he's extremely powerful, he's filled with hatred, and everything that he saw and learned in heaven, Satan has made the exact replica of it, but to serve wickedness and darkness. So imagine the imbalance of the people who have the most power in this world being intensely loyal to another throne, to another God. And then the people that they're ruling over are only loyal to themselves. They're loyal to self-gratification. They're loyal to whatever limited thoughts they're capable of. They think that they don't need God to live successfully, and yet they are under the control of people who are never shy to call on external power that is not good power, that is not godly power, that is not righteous power. The people who rule over us are never shy to call on external energies of wickedness and use it to attack, afflict, mock, rob, kill, steal, murder, pillage, expunge, eliminate, exterminate, crush, roast, set on fire, and then do the whole thing again next week to us. And the more you tell people of this existence, the more they laugh, the more they mock, the more they scoff, the more they try to hide their discomfort in superiority. You don't really believe that, do you? The question is, how can you afford not to believe that? These people have mass orgies because they fully know and have been taught by otherworldly entities and demons and spirits and devils